ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमामि विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्यति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नित्यानन्द नमस्तुभ्यं प्रेमानन्दप्रदायिने कलौ कल्मषनाशाय जानवापतये नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामने गौरतुसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Hare Krishna. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are discussing from Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, Bhagavad Gita 2.40, I think. 49. दूरेन हि अवरम कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणा फलहेतवा। O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distanced by devotional service, and in that consciousness surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are misers. So one who has actually come to understand one's constitutional position as an eternal servitor of the Lord gives up all engagements save working in Krishna consciousness. So avaram karma is explained as follows. Srila Prabhupada, avaram karma means abominable activities. Avaram, abominable activity. So generally people think abominable activity means the sinful activities are abominable activity. Abominable, you understand, a nasty activity. Yeah, dirty, bad activities, wrong activities are known as. Rather, abominable activity is those activities means a person might hate to perform those activities. Granit karma, avaram is granit, घृणा उत्पन्न हो जाए. One would hate those activities to perform, or one should hate to perform those activities. Those activities are known as abominable activity, which is um, more means bad than ordinary bad activities, sinful activities. Uh, but generally people think to perform sins, uh, to steal, to cheat others, to drink, smoke, and to lie. All these activities are abominable activities. Certainly, these activities are the most abominable activities. But apart from this, as Srila Prabhupada is writing, so one who has actually come to understand one's constitutional position as an eternal servitor of the Lord gives up all engagements save a working in Krishna consciousness. So any other engagement or any other activity which is not performed in Krishna consciousness is actually abominable activity. And so here, so Arjuna is going to misunderstand this verse. According to Arjuna, he thinks that fighting in this battlefield and killing so many warriors is abominable activity. But according to Krishna, what is abominable? Uh, Abominable is to decide not to fight. That is an abominable activity. Arjuna, you are deciding not to fight because of your personal sense gratification. This is abominable. This you should give up. Rather, you should perform this activity of fighting Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. Buddhi Yoga means keeping yourself in Krishna consciousness, means thinking about me, that surrendering unto me, you should fight in this battlefield. Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. Then you are performing good activity. So as already explained, Buddhi Yoga means transcendental loving service. This is simple definition of Buddhi Yoga. To perform transcendental loving devotional service to Krishna is Buddhi Yoga. That's why Buddhi Yoga is nothing else but Bhakti Yoga. This Buddhi Yoga is Bhakti Yoga only. Such devotional service is the right course of action for the living entity. This is the only activity which a living entity should perform in this world. But only misers desire to enjoy the fruit of their own work just to be further entangled in material bondage. So two things here, only misers, like Krishna says, Kripana Falhetava, Buddho Saranam Anvicha, Kripana Falhetava. Those who are misers, only they try to enjoy the fruits of their results. Just like the meaning is, just like you perform some activity, some job, and by doing something, some work, you get a lot of money, lot of resources, lot of name and fame. So if you enjoy, Lord Krishna is telling, if you enjoy those wealth, resources, name and fame, and think that it is for your pleasure, your satisfaction, your sense gratification, or it is meant for the pleasure and sense gratification, satisfaction of my family members, my society, my nation, this humanity, then such a person is known as Kripana, miser. He is Kripana, which is opposite of Brahmana. Kripana means, literally Kripana means that he has no intelligence. His intelligence is very meager, or he is very less intelligent person. He doesn't know the actual truth. And and in this way, he is entangling himself further because Kripana, they try to enjoy the fruits of their work. So in this way, they further increase their material bondage. How they increase the material bondage? Because anyone who tries to enjoy the results of his activities, he becomes attached to those sense gratification, those enjoyment. And in order to further get those enjoyment, he performs further material activities, and then further he gets the reaction. And in this way, he goes on getting entangled into this performance of activities and enjoying the reaction. So in this way, he is further entangled. Except for work in Krishna consciousness, all activities are abominable because they continually bind the worker to the cycle of birth and death. What is the meaning of abominable activity? Abominable activity in a simple word, we can say just like in Hindi, we say ghatiya kar. Ghatiya. Ghatiya means very bad, very bad, very bad, wrong activity. Means gives, it pollutes the consciousness. Uh, Something which pollutes, which makes us impure, that is abominable activity. So any activity, except for the working Krishna consciousness, any activity a person might perform in this world, except for the satisfaction of Supreme Lord, it comes in the category of abominable activity because more or less, either in a pious manner or impious manner, it impures the heart of a conditioned soul further, and it triggers the desire for sense enjoyment more and more. That's why it is abominable. and because of this, one remains attached to this material existence, and one has to undergo the cycle of birth and death repeatedly. He cannot get free from the cycle of birth and death because of performing these abominable activities. So one should therefore never desire to be the cause of work. One should not become the cause of his work. Means one should not thinking oneself to be the doer. One should not try to enjoy the results of his work. Everything. So the best course of action or the best activities are those activities which are performed in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of Krishna. Misers do not know how to utilize the assets of riches which they acquire by good fortune or by hard labor. So those who are kripana or misers, they work very hard, and in this way, when they earn a lot of money or acquire good fortune, opulences, so they do not know how to utilize, how to use these assets. They simply know to use all these assets for the sense gratification, for their sense gratification and the sense gratification of their family members or society or humanity. And this kind of sense gratification of humanity is promoted in the name of welfare activity, humanitarian work, so-called welfare activity they promote, but this is all abominable activity, avaram karma, according to Bhagavad Gita. And these are the works of misers. Maybe big misers or intelligent misers, or you can say pious misers. Pious misers. So pious misers are those people who use the results of their activity for the sense gratification of humanity in general. And the impious misers, we can say those who use the results of the activities they perform for their own sense gratification. But in both the cases, they are misers or kripana, means not good person. So one should spend all energies working in Krishna consciousness, and that will make one's life successful. Because in any way, if one devotes his energy, time, resources, results, whatever we have got this body, senses, mind, intelligence, and skills, knowledge, time, energy, money, resources, facilities, all these things combined together. It should be used only for the purpose of progressing in Krishna consciousness or for the purpose of realizing that we are eternal servant of Krishna and hence serving Krishna. So that will liberate one. That will make one's life successful. Otherwise, if any of these things are used for either for personal sense gratification or for the sense gratification of any of the person in in this material world, so that is going to bind us as well as those persons who are given those facilities to enjoy. So, like misers, unfortunate persons do not employ their human energy in the service of the Lord. So, like misers, unfortunate persons are those who do not utilize human energy in the service of the Lord. This is the meaning of this verse. Durena hi avaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhao saranamanvicha kripana phalhetava. So when somebody in this way avoids all abominable activities and working on Buddhi Yoga, he works, then what is the result? That will be explained in the text 15. Buddhi Yukto Jahatiha Ubhe Sukrita Duskrite Tasmat Yogaya Yujyasva Yoga Karma Shukaushnam. That will discuss tomorrow. Okay. So this particular verse we discussed almost for 5 days. So now I would like to request you, you can ask some questions regarding this verse. Hare Krishna.